It's been a long road to get here. 5 years, actually. But introducing the Vectronix from Vectronix Shooting Solutions. If you've only got 60 seconds, I want to do this quickly. It comes in 8, 10, or 12 power options with range extenders available that add 40% to those power range. The glass quality is really, really good. It's excellent glass. The way that they're displaying information is unlike anything we've ever seen on the market. It's got 1, if not 2, laser etched reticles. You'll find more about that later. It's got an integrated mounting point that we've got an Arc-A-Lock product available for. The laser in it, as you'd expect anything from Vectronix, is very, very good. And guys, if you want a binocular that can kind of do it all for you, it can do all the things you might want it to do as a hunter, as a match shooter, this is what you're looking for. They're $2,800 or $2,900 depending on the power range you get, and the range enhancers are $600. If you've got more than a minute and we want to go through everything, let's start this over. The story of the Vectronix, at least as it relates to us at Area 419, started 5 years ago. After Vectronix released the Terrapin X, They knew that they wanted to keep going and make some new products, so they got a hold of us. And now 5 years ago at the NRA show in Indy, we sat down with them and they said, what do you think a binocular for a tactical PRS type shooter needs to look like? And we gave them all of what you guys would expect. The glass needs to be really good. We want to have quite a bit of power. An etched reticle is an absolute requirement. And at that point, I didn't even really know to ask them for a huge amount of data that was in the binocular. At 8 power, 10 power, or 12 power, they're all 42 millimeter objectives. You get the common power ranges that you typically find in a binocular of this size, as well as that 12. The 12 is a little different. You don't see it commonly, but having that little bit of extra power is always kind of nice. We've also got the option for the range enhancers. Now you screw these little guys into the objectives, you get an extra 40% of power. What that means is if you take a 10x binocular, add the range enhancers, it becomes a 14. Or if you take a 12x and add the range enhancers, it becomes a 17. This is a really cool option for a guy that wants to use these as both a smaller, lighter package, maybe in a hunt, as well as a larger, more capable package at a match, or if you're trying to glass or observe from longer ranges. When it comes to options that we didn't really look for, but are shocked by the quality of, these range enhancers are it. When we talk about glass quality, we found these excellent. The resolution, the clarity, the color, the detail were really, really good. Now, like every laser range finding binocular on the market, they have to have some sort of film in the glass for the projection of the information to stick onto or cast onto, but you're not going to look through these and say, why is everything blue? You're not going to have those problems. Rather, you're going to look through these and think, man, these are really nice binoculars, and the amount of information I'm getting through the optic is incredible. So from a glass standpoint, they are excellent. Don't be afraid of laser range finding binocular glass, especially here. And honestly, the real story for us is the amount of information and the way that it's displayed through the optic. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is you have at least 1, if not 2, laser etched reticles. In the SMR or single milled reticle versions of the binoculars, you get 1 reticle. It's meant to be used in the native power of the optic. Now, this is a 1042 set that I have here. So if I had an SMR set, there would be 1 reticle, and at 10 power, that reticle would mill appropriately. Now, on an SMR, if I add the extenders, suddenly that reticle, just like in a second focal plane optic, is not going to be correct on milling. So I might want the other option, the DMR options that have dual milling reticles. If you look through them, you'll see 2 reticles. One is meant for use at native power or 10 power. The other is meant for use with the range enhancers on them. Those are options that you get. You can choose from them. Some people may want one or the other. Totally your call, but we think more people are going to buy the DMRs than the SMRs. The information and the way that it's cast into your vision in the HUD is unlike anything else. And again, we'll show it on screen here. To truly appreciate these, please find somebody that will allow you to look through them. You're getting in a very intuitive package displayed on the lower part. You are getting range, you're getting corrections, you're getting wind, you can get environmentals. There's all sorts of things that are cast onto these in a way that's easy to organize, easy to look at, very customizable, and unlike anything else on the market. Most laser range finding binoculars give you an aiming point, and then typically 1 to 2 pieces of data. You might get your range and like a single correction. What you're going to see here is much more. They've also built these with a full D-pad on top of the binocular. This gives you control passing through your hot screens, your settings, your range cards. It lets you adjust and navigate in ways that nothing else on the market allows you to do. We think that one of the more thoughtful things they did here, along with the range enhancers, along with the way the HUD works, is the D-pad. The final major part of the build, though, that we want to draw out is that there is a built-in mounting shoe that you can put something on to mount to a tripod or whatever you may want. We have an Arc-A-Lock section here. It screws right in. It's absolutely rigid. You're not fighting with a wobbly crane mount. You don't have to find a way to basically ratchet strap a mount to the barrel of the binocular. This was something that I can't believe more brands don't do. It's a fairly straightforward thing to do in construction, and we think it is well done by Vectronix. The price point on these in the 8 and the 10 power is $2,800, and in the 12 power goes up to $2,900. At that price point, it's obviously a premium product, but it's far from being the most expensive as they sit. You also then have the option for another $600 to add your range enhancers. So the unit that I'm personally going to have is going to be the 12x42 unit. Gives me a little bit more power in a handheld, but still gives me that kind of reasonable size package if I want to take it out in the field. I'll also have the range enhancers. Since I'll have the range enhancers, because I want to be able to go spot impacts in a match or see a little bit further if I'm glassing on a hunt, I'm going to do the DMR. Guys, that package is going to cost me $35 on price comparable to the Leica GeoVid Pros or the Swaro EL ranges. None of those are bad options, but for me, this is the most feature-rich set. If you want to see a full comparison, though, of laser range-finding binoculars on the market, look in the description. We actually did a shootout of these with the Swarovski product, the Leica product, a Revic product, something from SIG, and something from Vortex, and we think we give you a good look at what all exists on the market here. Guys, we're going to have these. We're going to stock these. We're not big into stocking optics, but based on what they've done here, we think that this Vectronix product is absolutely worth it. If you're interested in these, sign up for the wait list in the SKU or in the variation that you're looking for. That helps us stock the right things and make sure that when you want them available in likely July, we'll have them available for you. I'm sure you'll have questions. I'm sure you'll have comments. Drop them down below. We'd love to answer them. This is a really impressive product. The laser is everything you'd expect from Vectronix. The glass is excellent. The functionality and the versatility are unlike anything else that we've seen on the market. So check them out.